Good morning grade 6. Welcome back to grade 6 mathematics class. Hope you all are doing great today. Today let's see a few basic concepts in geometry. We'll start with the point. So what is a point? We can say a point which is usually represented by a dot. It usually denotes a location in space. So you can define a point as something that shows location in any space, and it is usually represented with a dot. And whenever you mark a point, you also have to label it. And we usually use capital letters to label a point, like the points you see here. So this is point A, this is point B. It shows two locations in this space or in this plane. Now what is a line? Suppose you mark 2 points in a plane or a surface, and you're joining these points and you're extending it endlessly in both directions. What you get now is called a line. Here you can see an example of a line. I had marked 2 points P, that is point P and point Q. I have joined them and have extended that in both directions endlessly. The two arrows you see here, these arrows represent that this line is extending endlessly in both directions. Now, we usually represent a line with this symbol. So this is line PQ, and it is written as, you write PQ and above that you draw a line with arrows at both ends. So this represents line PQ. Now a line can also be represented using a small letter. So the line you see here, this is line L. Now how many points can be marked on a line? We can mark infinite points on a line. See, you can mark any number of points on a line. What about the length of a line? Can we measure the length of a line? No. Why? Because it is extending endlessly. It does not have a limit. So we cannot measure the length of a line. So how do you define a line? A line is a straight path that has no definite length and goes on forever in both directions. Now what if we cut out a part of this line? That is called a line segment. A part of a line is a line segment. So how can we define a line segment? A line segment is a part of a line and it has a definite length. Why? Because it is just a part of a line. So what is a line segment? A line segment is part of a line. You can see there is a starting point and an ending point for this line segment. So you can mark 2 endpoints for a line segment. Since it has 2 endpoints, we can measure its length. So you can say a line segment has a definite length which can be measured. Now how do you represent a line segment? You write the name of the endpoints and above that you draw a small line like this. Note that this small line does not have arrows at both ends. If it has got arrows, then it's a line. Since it does not have arrows, it means it is a line segment. So how do you define a line segment? A line segment is a part of a line and it has a definite length that can be measured, and it follows a straight path between 2 endpoints. Now we can draw different types of lines. Have a look at the lines here. This is line CD and this is line AB. Now, do you think these lines will meet or intersect each other? Now, what if I am extending these lines like this? You can see the lines will intersect at a point if we extend these lines. So, when you have lines that will intersect each other or that will meet each other, those lines are called intersecting lines. So what are intersecting lines? Lines meeting at a point are called intersecting lines. And you see that where they meet or where they intersect, that will be a common point for these 2 lines. So intersecting lines have a common point. Then what about these 2 lines you see here? Do you think they will meet? Do you think they will intersect? What if I extend them like this? No. They do not seem to be intersecting or meeting at any point. So lines like these that do not intersect each other or do not meet each other are called parallel lines. Will they have a common point? No. They will never meet each other or intersect each other, and hence they will not have a common point. So what are parallel lines? The lines that do not intersect are called parallel lines. Now let's see what is a ray. You can see this line starts from point A and it is extending endlessly in the other direction, and that is denoted with this arrow. So when you have a line that starts from an endpoint and extends endlessly in the other direction, you call that as a ray. So you can think of it like the sun's rays. So a sun's ray will start at the sun. So you can think of the sun as one endpoint, and that sun's ray is extending endlessly in the other direction. So what is a ray? A ray is a part of a line with one endpoint and extending endlessly in one direction. And how do you represent a ray? So the name of a ray starts with the name of the endpoint. The endpoint is also called the source. So this is ray AB. See, the name of the ray starts with the endpoint A. And B is another point on this ray. Now you can also see a one-sided arrow here. So this is the symbol to denote a ray. So this is ray AB. How do you write it? You write AB, and above that you draw a small line like this and an arrow which is pointed in one direction, which represents this is ray AB. So children, have a look at all these concepts given in your textbook, which starts from page number 155. Now once you have gone through this, you are ready to work out the questions from exercise 11.1. Complete all the questions from 11.1, and after marking your answers, please do take a picture and send us through Teams. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class with a new concept. Till then, bye.